Welcome back everybody, Apache Birdman here with part 4 of the Evolution of Battlefield series, featuring Battlefield Bad Company 2, the product of Bad Company 1's theme, original core gameplay, and large selection of weapons and vehicles mixed with 1943's extensive ranking system and graphically stunning Frostbite 1.5 game engine. With only 18 months between both titles, the transformation seemed years ahead. Bad Company 2 looked and played like a different game compared to its predecessor. Utilizing an upgraded version of the Frostbite game engine, Bad Company 2 displayed crystal clear visuals, revamped physics, and new enhanced environments that include snowy Alaska and the jungles of South America. These were first-rate advancements from Bad Company 1 where the visuals are admirable yet murky and grainy. It's a fact that the graphics improved, but it's opinion and personal preference that the gameplay is better. Bad Company 1 requires you to outsmart your enemy due to the low weapon damage. There are 0 specializations and attachments. You have a map with objectives, a gun with iron sights, vehicles, and your brain. Although in Bc2 you still need to outsmart your enemy, the weapon damage significantly increased, making the gunplay focus much more on reaction speed. Because of the campaign introducing a darker, more realistic storyline, the vibe transferred online. Although in Bad Company 1's multiplayer you still wanted to be on top, the atmosphere focused more on fun and humor, whereas Bad Company 2 became serious and warlike. That being said, destruction was once again enhanced. Bad Company 1 introduced destructible walls. 1943 allowed you to clear the building to the foundation, and now Bad Company 2 takes it to the next level by allowing you to chip away micro pieces from cover and collapse entire buildings. But it's not just eye candy. The free-falling structure kills anyone caught inside. So sit back and witness how Bad Company 2, the most advanced, underrated modern shooter ever made, became the game it is today. Starting off with the ranks, squads, and game types, a few major changes and additions were made. Thankfully, the ranking system was redone, utilizing the same 50 ranks from 1943, but with greater point requirements in between each level. Unfortunately, the awards were a different story. Bad Company 1 had a substantial amount compared to the limited, yet lengthy awards in Bad Company 2. Moving on, the improved squad feature is implemented with the addition of a clear third-person perspective of the selected teammate, unlike 1943, where the view was almost entirely obstructed. Lastly, resembling Bad Company 1, you can pick the map and game type you want to play, but Bad Company 2 introduced a never-before-seen hardcore mode, which replaced the unranked option. Hardcore is available for every game type. It disables the kill cam, reduces player health to 60%, and removes most HUD elements except for the ticket counter on the bottom left. Bad Company 2 can pack with 4 game types: Conquest, which is featured in every Battlefield game, Rush, that was first instituted in Bad Company 1, as well as 2 additional new game types: Squad Rush, a size-down rush mode played with 2 opposing squads fighting for 1 MCOM station, and lastly Squad Deathmatch, where 4 squads and 1 light tank compete to reach 50 confirmed kills to win the round. Similar to Bad Company 1, you cannot play all the game types on every map, but Bad Company 2 introduced the never-before-seen VIP pass, which slowly added unplayable game types over a period of 5 months. As of August 18th, 2010, the 10 maps combined with the new game types were Atacama Desert, Arica Harbor, Isla Inocentes, Laguna Alta, Laguna Presa, Nelson Bay, Panama Canal, Port Valdez, Valparaiso, and White Pass. That being said, 9 months after launch day, Bad Company 2 added even more variation on December 1st, 2010 with VIP Map Pack 7. It included 2 maps from single player, Cold War and Heavy Metal, as well as 2 remakes from Bad Company 1, Harvest Day and Oasis. To show you the contrast between the 2 remade maps, let's take a little walk through Harvest Day and Oasis in both games. As you can see, the maps were greatly altered, but that can't be said for the armies. Bad Company 2 excluded the Middle Eastern coalition, while the US and Russian forces returned. The transition also modified the loadouts by spreading out the specialist, demolition, and support weapons and gadgets among the new assault, engineer, medic, and recon classes. But before going into detail, I need you to understand that 95% of Bad Company 1's weapons were remade with smaller clip sizes, higher bullet damage, and adjusted recoil. Bad Company 2 greatly expanded player customization by allowing you to choose a primary weapon, secondary sidearm, one gadget, and 3 specializations. Besides having specific weapons assigned for certain kits, there are universal ones as well. 2 brand new guns, the G3 and the M14, along with 2 remakes from 1943, the Thompson and the M1 Grand, as well as 5 remade shotguns from Bad Company 1, the 870 Combat, the Saiga, the Spaz 12, the USAS 12, and the NS 2000. There are 2 specializations for the shotguns, extended mags, which expand ammo capacity, and 12 gauge slugs that sacrifice power for long range accuracy. As for the secondaries, you now have an option to choose between the tracer dart or 5 pistols, the M9, the M1911, the MP412 Rex, the MP443 Grach, and the M93R Burst. Although the gadgets are restricted to the rifle classes, now every player has a grenade and a quick knife. Sadly, you can no longer withhold the knife. As I mentioned earlier, Bad Company 2 was the first Battlefield to significantly diversify gameplay with specializations. The universal specs that you could use for every kit are the red dot and 4x scope, accompanied by 7 unique abilities. Lightweight package gives the player a sprint boost, upgraded ammo allows the soldier to hold double the mags, grenade vest doubles the player amount of 40 mils and hand grenades, leg pouch gives the player double the amount of explosives and rockets, improved demolition adds extra destructive power to explosives, body armor provides additional health, and lastly, magnum ammo increases bullet damage. Now that you have a good understanding of the new specializations, universal guns, and customizable options, let's cover the unique weapons, gadgets, and specs of the 4 classes. Beginning with Assault, it includes an assault rifle, undermounted attachment, sidearm, and ammo boxes. The exclusive weapons, gadgets, and specs usable with this class are the AEK 971, the XM8 prototype, the F2000, the AUG, the AN94, the M416, the M16A2, 40mm grenades, smoke, and shotgun attachments, and the Marksman AR training spec, which increases rifle accuracy. Compared to Bad Company 1, the Assault class added a secondary and 2 new underbarrel attachments, while the Life 2 auto ejector was replaced by the ammo box, a portable version of Bad Company 1's ammo crate. To show you how the assault rifles evolved, I'm going to showcase the AN94.
We lost control of an outpost.
Moving on to the engineer loadout, it includes a silent submachine gun, sidearm, repair tool, rocket launchers, and AT mines. The exclusive weapons, gadgets, and specs utilized with this class are the 9A91, the Scar L, the XM8 Compact, the AK-74U, the Uzi, the PP2000, the UMP45, the RPG-7, the M2 Carl Gustav, the AT-4, anti-tank mines, and the Marksman SMG training spec, which increases gun accuracy. The engineer is built upon the submachine guns from the Specialist, which now feature iron sights, the support kit's repair tool that now overheats after prolonged use, as well as the AT mines and rockets from the demolition class, but now each rocket has individual characteristics. The M2 Carl Gustav is the fastest, but least powerful, making it well suited for eliminating air and infantry targets. Considering the RPG-7 has greater damage, it's devastating to vehicles, but the speed is significantly slower. around the same rate as the AT-4, which has the highest damage and the ability to guide the missile. To show you how the AT-4 evolved, I'm going to showcase it in both games.
Good work. Gold crate 2 taken.
Continuing with the medic loadout, it includes a light machine gun, sidearm, medkits, and defibs. The exclusive weapons, gadgets, and specs that apply to this class are the PKM, the M249 saw, the Type 88 light machine gun, the M60, the XM8 light machine gun, the MG36, the MG3, medkits, and 3 specs. Medkit improved heal, range, and marksman light machine gun training. The medic comprises from Bad Company 1 support class, but with the repair tool and mortar strike being replaced by a sidearm and defibs, which are used to revive fallen teammates. To show you how the light machine guns evolved, I'm going to showcase the XM8 light machine gun.
Snipers on our perimeter!
Sensor transmitting!
Lastly, the Recon kit. It includes a sniper rifle, sidearm, motion sensing balls, mortar strike, or C4. The exclusive weapons, gadgets, and specs for this loadout are the M24, the Type 88 sniper, the SV98, the SVU, the Goal, the VSS, the M95, C4, or the mortar strike. The unique specializations are the 12x scope, which gives you double the zoom, and the spotting scope, which automatically spots enemies caught in your crosshair. Compared to Bad Company 1, there was barely any change. The removal of the laser designator resulted in the mortar strike taking its place, and C4 being an alternative choice. Hopefully you now have a better understanding of how the loadouts and weapons evolved, but we can all agree, vehicles separate battlefields from other games. Just like the loadouts, every vehicle could use one of 7 universal specializations. Armor upgrade enables the vehicle to sustain a higher amount of damage. Next is the electronic warfare package. It allows users to see all soldiers and hidden AT mines or C4s within 20 meters of the vehicle. Smoke countermeasures release smoke around helicopters and tanks, removing any tracer, as well as deploy 4 smoke grenades from the UAV. High-powered optics allows you to zoom in further to engage long-range targets. Alternate weapons package provides a secondary weapon for certain vehicles. The next spec is improved weapons package, which increases damage output of all vehicles by 25%. The final spec is the quick reload package, which increases vehicle reload speed by 15%. Bad Company 2 has a total of 25 vehicles. 2 of them are the battle tanks, the M1A2 Abrams and the T-90. Both tanks were remade from Bad Company 1, but unfortunately the Black Eagle did not return. To give you a good understanding of how the battle tanks evolved, I'm going to showcase the M1A2 Abrams.
Light tank spotted!
Next there are 3 light tanks, the BMD-3, the BMD-3AA, and the Bradley. The only new light tank was the BMD-3AA, which replaced Bad Company 1's 2D Stalker. To show you how the light tanks evolved, I'm going to display the Bradley.
Charges armed. Fire in the hole.
Yeah, keep your heads up. We got enemy infantry.
Moving on to the transport vehicles, the Cav, Vodnik, Cobra, and Humvee returned from Bad Company 1, but sadly the golf cart was replaced with a quad bike. A perfect example of how the transport vehicles evolved is the Humvee. As you just saw, the max speed greatly increased. As for the helicopters, Bad Company 2 included 2 remade attack choppers, the AH-64 Apache and the Mi-28 Havoc, as well as 2 brand new transports, the Black Hawk and the Mi-24 Hind. In order to display how the helicopters evolved, I'm going to showcase the AH-64 Apache.
They've defused our charge. Get back in there, soldier.
The next vehicles are the naval crafts, which feature Bad Company 1's patrol boat and a new addition, the jet ski. Bad Company 2 did not make any major changes. In both games, the patrol boat is very fast and effective at transporting and defending teammates. Finally, the stationaries include 2 anti-air guns, the Zu-23AA and the VADS, 2 guided missile launchers, the Cornet and the TOW, 2 auto grenade launchers, the QLZ-87 and the XM-306. 2 heavy machine guns, the XM-312 and the Cord, along with the 4th installment from the previous orbital strike, artillery cannon, air raid bunker, and now from a computer terminal, the UAV, which is an unmanned aerial helicopter equipped with a guided Hellfire missile that reloads every 20 seconds. I hope you now have a better understanding of the evolutionary path from Bad Company 1, but DICE also created 2 colossal add-ons. Launched on June 22, 2010, Onslaught introduced a cooperative game mode for the first time in Battlefield's history, putting 4 players against enemy AI on Valparaiso, Atacama Desert, Isla Inocentes, and Nelson Bay. Each map is redesigned with a new time of day and additional vehicles, but the last and greatest add-on for Battlefield Bad Company 2 is Vietnam. Released on December 21st, 2010 for $15, the expansion puts you in the shoes of US and NVA soldiers on 5 beautiful maps, along with 15 era-specific weapons, 7 new vehicles, and much more. It's funny comparing Vietnam to the extortionate add-ons made by the competition that include little maps and minimal new features for the same price. The quality over quantity products DICE creates gives me a sense of pride and joy in being a devoted Battlefield player. Although Bad Company 2 did not win the 2010 VGA Best Shooter of the Year award, in my honest opinion, it should have. As the winner still continues to release the same repolished content, Battlefield evolves with monumental advancements in destruction, scale, rendering, and audio. These are just a few of many reasons why Battlefield is growing into a massive community of dedicated players. So that concludes part 4 of the evolution of Battlefield series. I would like to thank Kingman for all his dedication. None of this could have been done without him. I hope you guys can see how much time went into the series, and if you can, leave some feedback in the comment section below, support the hard work by giving the video a thumbs up, and subscribing for much more Battlefield content. Please note that part 5 will not start production until several months after Battlefield 3's release. Meanwhile, Birdman Cinema will have almost daily commentaries, tutorials, montages, and much more. So with all that being said, I want to thank everyone for watching, and please stay active for upcoming videos. Peace out.